Pisces, hello, good morning, welcome to my channel. I don't really know why I'm giggling. Probably because I just warmed up my coffee and I'm already like, it's kind of funny, like after I have one cup of coffee, I'm feeling energized, and then after I start drinking the second cup, it's like a mix of feeling energized and also probably having too much caffeine. Not to the point to where I'm feeling caffeinated. It like starts to do the opposite effect, and you develop a tolerance, and I can almost feel that I'm developing a tolerance, and I'm like, wow, maybe I need more and more. Like, it's like I'm energized, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, damn, like I'm literally developing a tolerance, and it's almost like having the opposite effect. It's making me tired. Anyway, you probably didn't need to hear all of that, but I'm like, I just warmed up my coffee, so now I'm going to get my energy back a little bit. I actually started doing these readings today really early. I was inspired when I woke up because I just moved. I just repotted one of my plants, and I moved it into my bedroom because my bedroom gets like amazing sunlight really early in the morning. And I really want this plant to grow strong. So like at 7 o'clock in the morning, like I have shades, but I can sense that the sun was really strong. So I was inspired to get up early and open all my blinds and open my curtains and just really allow the sun to, bring my plant to life. So that's why I started doing these videos today early. I usually don't film this early, but I kind of like it because then you guys are probably going to be my last reading for today, and it's not even noon yet. Of course, you're not going to watch this until later when I upload it, but who knows, I might feel inspired to just finish the rest of the YouTube videos for this specific series. Okay, so that's my little good morning message. This video is for Pisces rising, okay? I know in the beginning I said Pisces rising. So just to kind of give you a little breakdown of how these videos work, my monthly videos are going to be astrology and tarot energy readings, okay? So it's going to be based off your rising sign, very specifically because of the fact that I pull up the natal chart for your rising sign according to the current planetary transits that are in effect, according to the current astrology. So this is today's date, based off your rising sign, okay? So what I do is, and then we focus in on very specific energies because astrology encompasses so many different energies, and especially because we're dealing with the whole month of May. So if I really went into like the depths of all the different energies that are going on, we would be talking about the planets, the zodiac signs, the houses, which is the different areas of your life, like so many different things, and it's just too much information. There are astrologers out there who specify on those energies that you can find on YouTube that will get into it, but I like to focus more on tarot, and I like to really focus in on specific energies and not like overwhelm the process of spiritual growth, okay? Even though all the information I just gave you was probably overwhelming anyway, I'm not going to say it over and over again in every single video I do. But because this is a new method I am doing, that is why I'm explaining it in this video. In the future videos, and hopefully if you subscribe and stick around, you'll already get the gist, and it'll be easy peasy, straight to the point. But I am still developing my channel, so I like to kind of explain what I'm doing, just so you guys kind of like know my methods and my approach. So I do have your natal chart ready. I also have a moon phase app. The moon phases are really important because they represent our day-to-day. And you'll see if I pull a moon phase card that it becomes very specific to a specific day that is to come in May. So the way that this is going to work is I'm using the Astro Soul Oracle, and this encompasses the planets, the houses, the zodiac signs, the aspects, the moon phases, literally like everything, okay, in astrology. So whatever cards we pull, that is the energy that we need to focus on for you for May 2021. And all I do is I match it up with what is currently going on, okay? And of course, if I pull a moon phase card, I can actually pinpoint a specific date and a astrological sign that the moon phase is falling in, and I can match it up to your birth chart to see what area of life it's happening in. So that is how it's going to happen, okay? So it's kind of like a little puzzle. It's my own little equation, tarot equation and oracle equation. So I'm really liking it, and it is providing very specific messages and very tailored messages to a very specific energy, and it just really allows a more in-depth look into your own into like allowing you to understand yourself better, and being able to provide insight for the situation. So yeah, it's, of course, it's gonna make more sense once I start doing the reading. And then I'm also going to be using the Starseed Oracle for further insight and information. Oh my god, I have a hair in my mouth. I love this deck so much. And then I'm using the Muse Tarot, so we're going to do tarot as well. And this is spiritual guidance, okay? So this is focusing on you getting to know yourself better. Of course, if there are certain individuals that show up in the reading, I will definitely make a mention to that, but I like to keep the reading pretty general because I'm aware that there are different people who are watching this, and so I like to keep it focused on the energy, okay, on the energy. So, you can apply it to your life as it stands, okay? Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to start shuffling. These decks are all pre-shuffled before I started recording, and I like to shuffle again just to get the specific messages out while I'm recording as well. Yeah, so I'm going to shuffle all 3 decks, and then I'm going to start pulling the cards, and we'll get started on your message, Pisces. Also, another thing just to note real quick, I do personal tarot readings, so you can email me if you're interested in that. I also do birth chart analysis, so if you want to get a full breakdown of your birth chart, you can email me for that as well. And then my mid-month readings are general oracle and tarot readings for your sun, moon, or rising sign. And I don't really do the astrology thing, so those can vary in focus, but they are just general oracle and tarot readings. Okay, so what are the specific, what specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energy does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? Okay, got that one. Starseed Oracle. What specific messages, energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? Specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? energies does Pisces need to focus on? And then the Muse Tarot. What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? What specific energies does Pisces need to focus on for May 2021? All right, Pisces. All right, let's get started here. So, Astro Soul Oracle, we have opposition. Ooh. So we have our aspect, complement, duality, dependence, differentiation, objectivity, oscillation, interaction. Okay. So there is an energy in your life that is like in opposition to you, okay? I'm just trying to see what is opposite the 7th house. Okay, so yeah. So this could be, like, you could be involved in a certain relationship dynamic. It doesn't have to be like a committed relationship, but there's some kind of relationship dynamic in your life right now that is like, it's kind of like you are on one path, you are functioning off of one wavelength, and the other person is functioning off a different wavelength. Okay, so there's a certain opposition, like, you know, there is that whole sense of like opposites attract. So there is, with that, you see with that line right there, like there is a draw. It's not like you're better than them or they're better than you. There is a connection. You guys are connected, but you are like your own individual bodies, and you are functioning in your own lane. You have your own things going on, your own path, but there is something that draws you to each other, okay? There is a very special kind of connection. And you do feel like, even though you're on your own path, you're going your own way, you have your own stuff going on, there is this deeper kind of connection that you are experiencing with this individual. And even though you guys have different personalities, you function in different ways, there is something complementary about your guys' relationship. There is something that can almost, like, you know, like the way that you approach life can actually complement and help this person, and the way they approach life can complement and help you in very interesting kind of ways, okay? Like, there's a lot that you guys can learn from each other, but it's like a steady progress, okay? It's like a, it's like you have to learn these lessons on your own. It's like you have to, you're not necessarily teaching, you're not necessarily like there in front of each other, teaching each other things. You're like you're teaching each other just by being yourself, okay? So just by being you, it's like you're helping the other person, and by them just being them, it's like helping you on your path towards healing and all of that type of stuff. So it's actually really, really interesting, really powerful kind of energy. I just want to see if there are any like important oppositions going on right now. Yeah, so that is absolutely the message that I'm getting right there. Oh my goodness. And then we have a trine. Okay. Fluency, ease, talent, development, privilege, aptitude, self-comfort, temper, laziness, intelligence. Okay. Pisces, you're the first sign that is pumping out aspects. Like, there was another sign that got the trine, but like you got the opposition, you got the trine. So the trine is like fluid energy. The trine is all about the universe working in your favor to develop your talents and to put you, to make you more creative in your ability to bring together different energies, even like energies that are, you know, like, where did that come from? To bring them together so you can like create and manifest something beautiful from it. So the universe is like conspiring, like kind of like in your favor over here. Like it wants you to harmonize the different kind of energies that are going on right now. And I also kind of see this as like there could be a few different situations occurring in your life right now, and you are just trying to balance and harmonize these situations. So while you have a certain connection going on in your life right now, a very specific, very strong connection, you are also balancing out different things in your life. So like you have work, so you have maybe like the connection, and then you also maybe have work, and then maybe you have like family obligations, right? So there's this ability for you. There's a natural ability that you have to just balance these different things out, and to just like move through these energies in a way that allows you to stay focused on your mission and on your track. So that is like really, really interesting. And then we have Chiron. Okay. The wounded healer. Yeah, there are some deep wounds that you are still needing to heal. Okay, the wounded healer. This is so interesting. Let me see where Chiron is. I think Chiron is still in Aries. Yeah, Chiron is in Aries, and it's currently in your second house. If you are interested in having your birth chart done, email me and I can figure out where your Chiron is. So Chiron is an it's a comet that orbits between Saturn and Uranus. And all of us have it in our chart. And depending on the sign it's in and the house it falls in, it can tell us a lot about some deeper childhood wounds that were never healed properly, okay? These are wounds that can come up to the surface as life goes on and as time goes on. They are usually triggered by outside events and outside circumstances, and it kind of forces us to go deep within ourselves and, heal those wounds. And the cool thing about Chiron is that that wound that has that scar, usually you're not fully able to heal that wound until you realize how it can heal others, okay? So it's almost more, it's the wounded healer. So that very thing that wounded you can actually help others. Of course, you have to like acknowledge it. You have to allow it to come into your consciousness. You have to be able to talk about it. You have to be able to communicate about it. But it is like something deep within us that can get triggered at different points. It's kind of like the wounded child, and it could be something that happened like in your early 20s. It could be something that happens like as you get older, but it is usually like this inner child in us that was neglected or that was not given the proper love or attention. Like it's very specific to the individual. So there is something that you are needing to acknowledge. There is a deeper wound that you are needing to like bring into your consciousness and like cleanse, to let it out. There's something that you need to let out. And it will help you realize how that very thing can even help other people. Okay. Very, like even though we all go through different experiences, you'll be shocked to realize that there are other people in the world who have gone through those same experiences. Of course, it's not always going to be the same, but the initial wound, could have been created in the same way. So these are really, really important messages for you, Pisces, and this is really heavy. So I'm really feeling for you right now. There is definitely something that's kind of poking at you, okay? There is something that is calling to your attention. There is something that needs to be addressed, okay? There is a deeper wound that needs to be addressed. And with Chiron is currently in Aries, okay? So just take this as, and with it being in the second house, which is the house of Taurus, we are currently in Taurus season. This could be a really, really good time to start acknowledging those wounds, okay? And to allow them to do its thing. It's not going to be comfortable in the beginning. It's going to feel like a pain in your heart. But as you like purge it from your body and as you purge it from your soul and just like let it out, even if that means locking yourself in your room and just like going crazy for a minute, or just like talking to God, or like creating some form of art, right? Like getting more artistically involved, it's going to help purge and release the energy so that you can heal yourself and so that it can start to do its magic in reference to healing others. So this is like really, really strong stuff for you this month, okay? And it's very possible that this individual that you are dealing with is triggering those things for you as well, okay? Especially with it being in opposition. Usually planets, planetary aspects that are in opposition to each other, they can be triggering. They kind of like poke at the opposite end, right? It's kind of like when we take the first house and the seventh house, so the opposite of the first house is the seventh house. The first house is about the self. The seventh house is about our personal relationships, which is the opposite. So our personal relationships can trigger us to reflect on ourselves, right? So that is that. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. This is going to be a longer video. Okay, so getting into the Starseed Oracle, we have the Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. Okay, so this is definitely like, Pisces, you guys are so deeply spiritual, okay? And this is just like opening your heart chakra and like really opening yourself up spiritually to your own emotions, okay? Opening your heart up and yourself up spiritually to your own devotion to like the spirit realm or to God, you know. I'm not judging like whatever it is that you worship. Make your life a moving prayer. So I feel like the spirits and the universe wants you to cleanse your heart. Like they want you to open your heart because it's going to help get the light in. It's going to help like release the things that you are just like, oh my, like I feel it so strongly. There's like a very strong pain and sting in your heart that you need to like release and let go of. And you need to like open it up. You need to open it up and release it. And you're going to feel so much better. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there and it's just going to like eat at you like an insect. And I'm trying to really figure out the best way that you can go about it because I feel like it's really nagging at you. I feel like this is really, really nagging at you. Like it's really cutting to the core of like who you are, and you know, like there's just so much intense energy in you, and this wound is like so potent and deep in you, and like it's just like releasing. It's just like you need to just like release it You need to release it. It's very strong. You don't want to keep that inside. Like, you don't want to hold on to that for the rest of your life, because it's going to like weigh you down. It's going to create this weight in your heart, and it's going to be very difficult to like love and to accept love from others. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Wow. Okay, so there could be some painful memories that are coming up to the surface right now, and you are not wanting to give yourself to this painful fate. You are not wanting to allow that pain to dictate where you go in your life. You don't want it to control your fate. The fated life versus the destiny life. So it's acknowledging that you are not going to let this pain control you. You are not going to let these memories control you. You control you. You control you. I still worry that just you control you, yes. But that doesn't mean that you should shut down. That doesn't mean that you should close your heart to the experience of emotion. Okay, because once you are able to release this wound, this pain, you will automatically fall into the destiny life. But if you hold on to it and you let it fester, it's going to be fated. That pain is going to continue to manifest itself, and it will control your fate. And if you release it, you will fall in line naturally with your destiny. And that is what you're remembering. It's like, and that is the soul plan. It's like a revolution of the heart, okay? That's why I have that quote in my description box. A revolution of the soul is poetry of the heart. It's kind of like a revolution that's happening in your soul. A personal revolution. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. I love this card. I love this card because it accepts the fact that we are all going to die. It's a pure acceptance that life is temporary. It's a pure acceptance that, like, even though, yeah, we do have a particular direction we want to go, we do have a particular destiny in mind, we have a plan, it reminds us that in the end, we are still going to face the reality of death, and, we can use this time while we're alive to create art and to be creative in regards to how we connect with the unknown, how we connect to what we can't see, because we can control our lives only to an extent, okay? We can't control everything. We can control it to an extent. Once we're gone, we have no control anymore. So we can control what we're doing. So it's like we can control what we're doing while we're alive, but once we're gone, we don't have a say as to how what we manifested in life is going to pan out. We really don't. So it's like releasing expectation as well. Releasing the expectation of wanting everything to be a certain way, because it never will. It's never going to it's never going to be exactly what we thought it was going to be or what we want it to be. But when you acknowledge that your path and this person's path and all of our paths are just kind of like merging and doing its thing, you give yourself up more to just the expression of the universe. So that even when you're creating your life and you're creating your destiny, once you die, you just kind of like let go of whatever the world decides to do with your contributions. So let's say like you are an artist. Let's say you are contributing to the world in a very specific way. Well, once you're gone, you don't really have a say as to, you don't know exactly how your contributions are going to pan out, how your memory is going to live on, so to speak. You have no idea. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's kind of the whole idea. It's like letting go of expectation. All paths lead home. We're all on the same track. We're all here together, existing simultaneously. So it's just about having that inner authority and acknowledging, that it's all just about you and what you have inside and how you want to share that with others. Okay, so we're going to get into the tarot. 2 of inspiration is Mars in Aries. Okay, so just kind of like taking that inspiration and after you gaze within. So this is your like inner creative little bubble over here, and now you're stepping out with a new perspective, with a new lens, and you're ready to manifest and to start this journey with a new creative insight into like, your future. So she's like looking, she's got the lens over here. Okay. What's next, right? What is next? Ace of Voices. See, the aces are the purest energy of the divine. The Ace of Voices is like the Ace of Swords. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. So this is intellectual energy. This is mental energy. This is like spirituality of the mind. So the Ace of Voices, this is like the purest form of divine energy in the mind, of consciousness, connecting to that consciousness so that you can vocalize and communicate and intellectualize the experience that you're having, the experiences that you are going through, and your ability to see it clearer, and your ability to really see things clearly and to contribute that clarity to the world around you. So this is really, really powerful in terms of conscious clarity and clarity of consciousness. Okay, the aces are super powerful. They are divine gifts. Okay, the aces are just like the purest form of divinity coming through to bring you clarity of mind and peace of mind. And then we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy. I'm having an impulse to see where you have Leo in your chart. Okay, yeah. So you have Leo in your 6th house, which is Virgo energy, which is the house of daily routines, your health, your wellness. So, going through just your day-to-day activities with strength and clarity, with strength of body, strength of soul, strength of purpose, because 6th house energy is about purpose playing itself out in the practicalities of day-to-day material existence and allowing a clear consciousness to come through as you go through the day-to-day of your life. And to wrap up the reading, we have Justice, Libra energy, justice, yeah. To provide justice, okay, wow. Very, very powerful. Where do we have Libra? In the 8th house, transformation, absolutely. The 8th house is the house of Scorpio. It's about death, rebirth, transformation, sex, okay? And whatever these deeper emotions that you have been experiencing and going through, to bring it to justice, to bring it to light, bring it to justice, to bring that transformation up to the surface and allow it to transform you and the society around you. This justice is like gonna be so, so important for your transformation. And I feel like this has a lot to do with this wound, this deep wound, this inner wound that you've been carrying with you, that's been hurting you, bringing it up to the surface, allowing it to revolutionize your soul, your heart. So, and it'll give you a clarity in consciousness, and it'll give you strength to express and to bring that justice into the physical manifestation of your world, and to say how you feel with purpose, and to say what's in your heart through revolution, right? Through revolutionary expression, through art, and through expression, and communication, and justice. Okay, and it's automatically going to balance what you feel inside. Bringing it out is automatically going to make you feel so good inside and so much better, like you are doing the right thing, like you are providing justice for your soul. You are providing justice for your own well-being, your own health, your own spiritual development, your own emotional development, psychological development, social development, everything. It's a complete revolutionary alchemy. This is complete alchemy of your heart and your soul through that wound that you carried as a child. So Pisces, this is your reading for May 2021. Amazing. I really enjoyed doing this. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, hopefully you subscribe and you stick around and you watch the next video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.